Are you tired of feeling drained and weak? Do you want to reclaim your energy and strength? In this video, we'll uncover the 6 bad habits that are holding you back and explore how the wisdom of Buddhism can help you break free from these chains. Lesson 1. It's not good to try to control everything. We often want to be in charge of everything in our lives because we are scared or feel unsafe. Some of us think that we can avoid pain and suffering by taking charge of our surroundings, our relationships, and even our thoughts and feelings. This need to be in charge can make us think in a stiff and unbending way, which makes us fight change and miss out on chances to grow and be happy. The idea of impermanence, which says that everything in life changes all the time, is taught in Buddhism. We can start to let go of our need for control and develop a more flexible and strong mind by accepting and welcoming this truth. Being human means accepting that things change over time. As we age, our bodies change, our relationships change, and our feelings and thoughts vary all the time. We cause ourselves and others pain when we fight this normal process of change. We can learn to deal with change more calmly if we recognize and accept that things change. This doesn't mean we should just go along with everything that happens. Instead, it means we should go into life with an open mind and a sense of wonder, letting ourselves grow and learn from our mistakes. One way to get over our need to be in charge is to practice equilibrium, which means being mentally balanced and calm when life goes up and down. Being equanimous helps us stay cool and collected even when things are hard, and it also helps us deal with life's changes in a wise and kind way. Mindfulness meditation, in which we focus on the present moment without judging it or getting attached to it, can help us become more equanimous. By paying attention to our feelings and thoughts as they come up, we can become more self-aware and learn how to deal with our situations in a more clear and logical way. Attachment to certain results or wants is another part of our need for control. It's possible to get so focused on reaching a goal or keeping up a certain image that we lose sight of what's really important to us. Buddhism tells us how important it is to let go of connection and develop a state of not being attached. Having goals and wants doesn't mean we should give them up. Instead, it means we should hold on to them lightly, knowing that they aren't the only thing that will make us happy and fulfilled. If we let go of our attachments, we can live our lives with more freedom and flexibility, which lets us try new things and experience the unknown. Learning to accept things as they are is a key part of getting over our need to be in charge. Accepting what is happening does not mean giving up or being passive. Instead, it means recognizing what is happening and being ready to work with it instead of against it. As we learn to let go of our need for everything to be perfect or go as planned, practicing acceptance can help us feel less stressed and anxious. When we accept life as it is, we can start to see the good and beautiful in every moment, even when things are hard or unsure. To get over our need to be in charge, we need to learn to care about and understand others, as well as ourselves. Once we understand that our need for control comes from fear and nervousness, we can start to be kind and understanding to ourselves instead of judging and criticizing ourselves. By learning to care about other people, we can learn to see their problems and weaknesses, which can help us react with understanding and support instead of control or manipulation. Lesson 2. It's not good to think negatively. Instead, think positively and be mindful. Before we get into the second bad habit, it's important to know how negative thoughts affect our lives. It's possible for bad thoughts to feed into more negative thoughts, feelings, and actions. We can't grow as people, fix our relationships, or reach our goals if we keep getting stuck in this loop. We need to learn how to change our bad thoughts into good ones if we want to get out of this loop. Buddhism can help us stop thinking negatively by giving us useful ideas and methods. According to Buddhism, one of the most important ideas is right thought, which tells us to think good, positive thoughts and let go of bad, negative thoughts. We can create a more positive and caring attitude by practicing right thought. This will then lead to more positive actions and results. Being fully present and involved in the present moment without judging it is what mindfulness is all about. Mindfulness training can help us become more aware of our feelings and thoughts, which can help us spot when we are thinking negatively. Every day, give yourself time to focus on your breath, your body, or the feelings around you. This is called mindfulness. When feelings and thoughts come up, just notice them without judging them and bring your attention back to the present moment. Being thankful is a strong way to fight negative thoughts. We can change our outlook and feel more grateful and happy with our lives by focusing on the good things that happen to us. Every day, take a moment to think about what you're thankful for, like a friend who is there for you, a beautiful sunset, or a healthy meal. A gratitude book can also help you remember the good things in your life and be thankful for them. Loving kindness meditation, which is sometimes called metta meditation, is a way to help ourselves and others feel more loving, compassionate, and kind. Focusing on good feelings can help us fight off bad thoughts and develop a more caring attitude. Sit down pleasantly and say to yourself things like, "May I be happy, may I be healthy, and may I be at peace," over and over again. Also, tell your friends, family, and even people who have hurt you that you wish them well. When we have bad thoughts, we need to make sure they aren't true and stop letting them control our minds. This thought might not be based on facts or assumptions. You should also ask yourself if it is helpful or harmful, and if there is a more positive and practical way to look at the situation. We can lessen the power of negative thoughts and make room for more positive and helpful ones by consciously challenging them. Saying positive affirmations can help us break out of negative thought habits and develop a more positive outlook on life. Pick affirmations that speak to you and match your ideals and goals. Say these affirmations to yourself every day, either out loud or in your head, to help your positive thoughts and ideas stick. People and places we spend a lot of time with can have a big effect on how we feel and what we think. Find friends, family, and coworkers who are positive and helpful and who can lift you up. Also, make your home a calm and safe place by getting rid of mess, adding plants, and using soothing colors and textures. Lack of self-compassion and self-acceptance can lead to negative thoughts. By being kind, understanding, and forgiving to ourselves, we can learn to let go of bad thoughts and build a better picture of ourselves. Talk to yourself like you would talk to a close friend to practice self-compassion. Acknowledge your flaws and problems, and offer yourself comfort and support. To change our negative thought patterns and grow a more positive and caring mindset, we can start to include these routines in our daily lives. Your thoughts shape who you are. We can change our lives and make them more satisfying and peaceful by changing the way we think. Lesson 3. It's important to say what you want to say. Being mindful is important for knowing how we feel and what we think. Being present and aware of our inner feelings can help us figure out what we really want to say. Being self-aware helps us interact more honestly and effectively. Being honest is an important part of right speech. People trust and believe us more when we tell them the truth. However, it's important to remember that telling the truth should never be used to hurt or put down other people. We should instead try to tell the truth while being kind and caring. The words we use can bring good things or bad things, heal or hurt. We can make sure that what we say is clear and kind by choosing our words carefully. If you want to talk, please think about how your words might affect other people. Listening is just as important as saying when it comes to communicating well. When we listen with empathy and interest, we make room for open and honest conversation. People are more likely to do the same for us if we give them our full attention and really try to see things from their point of view. One important part of self-expression is being open to input. We show respect and a desire to grow when we are willing to hear what other people have to say. We can improve how we talk to others and learn more about ourselves and others by being open to constructive feedback. To express ourselves clearly, we need to be patient and kind to ourselves and to others. Remember that everyone is still learning and that our speaking skills will get better on their own. We can help each other grow and understand by being patient and kind as we explore our own ways of expressing ourselves. Being thankful is a strong way to build good relationships and improve our health as a whole. When we regularly recognize and value the people and events in our lives, we make it easier for ourselves to express themselves in a positive and helpful way. One word that brings peace is better than 1,000 empty ones. People can change their communication from empty words to meaningful talks that lead to understanding, compassion, and peace by following the rules of right speech and practicing the art of self-expression. Lesson 4. It's good to imagine, but it's not enough to just imagine. The imagination is a strong and important part of being human. It lets us dream, make things, and imagine what might be possible beyond what is real. But if we keep imagining things without doing anything about them, we might feel stuck, unsatisfied, and weak because we can't make our dreams come true. We will look at how Buddhist lessons can help us find a balance between imagination and action. This way, we can use our creative minds to their fullest while avoiding the problems that come with daydreaming. The Buddha taught that our hunger and holding on to wants are what cause us to suffer. We can easily fall into the trap of wanting the perfect versions of our lives that we have made up in our minds when we get lost in them. We may feel unhappy with our current situation because of this desire, which can make us feel cut off from the world around us and unable to fully participate in our lives. Buddhism supports the practice of mindfulness, which means being fully present and involved in the present moment, to fight this tendency. We can learn to enjoy the beauty and potential in the present by practicing mindfulness, instead of always trying to escape into our imagined futures. This doesn't mean we should give up on our hopes and dreams. Instead, it means we should try to focus our attention and energy on the present, which is where real growth and change can happen. As a key part of the Noble Eightfold Path, skilled action, also known as right action, is also very important in Buddhism. Doing the right thing means doing things that are moral, helpful, and good for our spiritual growth. Because we can combine our creative abilities with smart action, we can make our dreams come true instead of just staying as thoughts. Setting clear goals for our lives is one way to find a balance between thought and action. Wants and intentions are different because intentions are based on our core values and goals, not on short-term whims or wants that don't matter. By being clear about what we want, we can use our imaginations to picture the life we really want to live and give ourselves a plan for how to make that life come true. Setting goals is only the first step toward reaching them. Consistent and focused action is also very important. To do this, we might need to break down our bigger goals into smaller, more doable steps, and then make a plan for how to do each step in a structured and organized way. By doing this, we can make sure that our creative energies are used for useful things instead of useless daydreams. Learning to accept the idea of non-attachment is another important part of finding a balance between thought and action. Non-attachment doesn't mean we shouldn't care about how our actions turn out. It just means we shouldn't get too attached to certain outcomes or goals. By practicing non-attachment, we can stay open to the many ways we can reach our goals and not give up when things don't go as planned. Your thoughts shape who you are. We can make our lives and the lives of those around us more fulfilling and meaningful by using our imaginations along with mindful action, non-attachment, and clear goals. It is important to understand that what we do has effects on other people as well as ourselves. The Buddhist idea of karma tells us that what we do, say, and think has a big effect on the world around us, and that we are eventually responsible for what happens because of what we do. We can make sure that our deeds are good for both ourselves and the greater good if we understand how everything is connected. Lesson 5. Taking care of personal relationships is the key to happiness and fulfillment. Buddhism teaches us how important it is to grow and care for our connections with family, friends, and even strangers. We can build a strong support network that will help us through life's difficulties and fill our lives with love, joy, and a sense of belonging by putting our personal relationships first and putting time and effort into them. People need to be around other people, and the strength of our relationships has a big impact on our health. Research has shown that having strong social ties can be good for our physical and mental health. On the other hand, being lonely and isolated can have a lot of bad effects on our health. In Buddhism, the idea of connection shows how all living things are linked. When we realize that other people's happiness and suffering are connected to our own, we can develop empathy and compassion, which makes our relationships stronger and helps us learn more about what it means to be human. Before we can take care of our interactions, we need to become more mindful and self-aware. We can learn more about other people's thoughts, feelings, and wants by being present and paying attention when we talk to them. When we understand how others feel, we can react with compassion and kindness, which builds stronger bonds and more satisfying relationships. Buddhism teaches us that practicing loving-kindness meditation, or metta, is a great way to grow love and understanding for both ourselves and others. We can become more compassionate and understanding by practicing metta on a regular basis. This will easily show up in our personal relationships. Being able to listen well is one of the most important skills for keeping personal relationships healthy. People feel safe talking about their thoughts and feelings when we really listen to them. This makes it easier for them to be open and honest. This makes our relationships with others stronger and also lets us learn from their points of view and grow as people. Mindful listening is an important part of Buddhist practice for developing knowledge and compassion. Being fully present and paying attention when others talk can help us understand their thoughts and feelings better, which can lead to connection and respect. Generosity and acts of giving are another way to keep our personal relationships strong. Buddhists believe that the act of dana, or giving, is an important part of growing spiritually. By giving other people our time, energy, and resources, we not only improve our relationships with them, but we also feel more grateful and happy inside. Giving doesn't always mean giving something material. It can also mean giving someone mental support, an ear to listen, or a hand to hold. When we give our time and energy to others, we show that we care about their relationships and build a network of support that helps everyone. Work and financial things are important parts of life, but it's important to find a balance between our work and personal lives. We can make our lives more peaceful and satisfying by setting limits, putting our relationships first, and taking time to care for ourselves. Buddhism tells us that it's important to live in balance and discover the middle ground between two extremes. We can avoid the problems of overwork and neglect by applying this concept to both our work and personal lives. Instead, we can create a balanced and satisfying life. We can break these 6 bad habits that are weakening us if we understand and follow the spiritual lessons of Buddhism. We can make our lives and the lives of those around us more satisfying and peaceful by letting go of control, changing negative thoughts, being honest in our communication, balancing imagination with action, and taking care of our personal relationships. May you have the strength and knowledge to break these bad habits and start a journey of spiritual growth and self-discovery.